Right, Kaz, tell me. Another defeat at Old Trafford, United, Wolves doing a double over us this time. Anything to get encouraged about there?
I think a couple of things to get encouraged about are probably the two younger players that started, so Amas and Fredrickson, was it? I thought they were brilliant, but it's hard, isn't it, to feel anything but negativity today, because it's, again, another team, a lot of fans who come to Old Trafford are just laughing at us, and it just feels like it's embarrassing. We're a laughing stock every single week at Old Trafford. I actually thought it was going to be another 0-0 like the City game, another boring game. Can it get any worse? Yeah. So we get beat. I don't think there was a lot Onana could do about that, to be honest, but even still, it was one shot on Onana, one goal.
Well, that's it. We can talk all we want about Onana, and I've said enough about him, as everybody knows, but it's the lack of goals that's probably what the problem is, isn't it? It's the lack of goals, and I think there was most Man United fans in that stadium having an issue with one particular player. You the same?
Yeah, Hojlund just not good enough. Do you know what? He did one really good thing on the wing where he turned that player and he was like pretty much one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And I know you've said it as well, but just square that pass. And he lets himself down, but I knew when he was running towards goal, I thought he isn't going to pass it because he's going to want to score and he's going to feel like I have to score. So I feel like that pressure's on him now and it's really affecting his game even more. But he had chances today, and I think, you know, if you go back 12 months or so, people were sticking up for Hojlund and saying things like, you know, he's not getting the service, and fans are still sticking up for him saying he's not getting the service, and sometimes he doesn't. But today he had quite a few chances. His positioning isn't quite there, and I don't know if anyone else agrees with me on this, but it feels like he's lost his pace as well. Like, the speed isn't there, so that cutting edge that he had before, that's just gone for me. I don't know what Hojlund offers us going forward. I don't see any way back from him at all.
What would you do at this point now in terms of the strike? Because there's not much Ruben can do, is there?
Well, not with Xerxes out, but I was, to be honest, disappointed at the start of the game today. Like I said to you, we actually got to go and watch this because you see Lindelof and Eriksen starting, and then I really thought Obi would get a start and he's not started, and then Mount was on the bench. I was just a little bit like, do you know, actually got to go and watch this. And like you said, you know, Lindelof, he didn't do anything wrong. I actually disagree with you. I thought Eriksen played quite well, except for his defensive, you know, his arm pulling, which led to that free kick. But he plays some quite good balls. It wasn't that bad, but it's just when you see them named on a team sheet, it's like, really? You know, like, you got two players there who we don't need to play them. Like, they're leaving at the end of the season on a free, so I don't know, just give some time to other players. And I'm not saying here, like, you know, put 10 younger players in. I'm not saying that. I think 2 to 3 players is fine. I'd have liked to have seen Obi start, and I'd like to have seen a bit more youth on the bench, just giving a bit of a try, rather than your Lindelof and Eriksen, to be honest.
More youth players then. What do you rate the players that played today, Amas and Fredrickson?
Yeah, I do want to come back to them, because I think for me, them two were the definite positives from today. I thought Harry Amas was probably player of the match. And I thought Fredrickson, he was so solid, wasn't he? Made a great challenge in the first half, and that got the crowd going. So I think for him, like, his confidence is going to be massive now, isn't it, after that? I'd like to see him get some more game time. I don't want this to be a one-off. I think for Amas now, I think he's going to be there, isn't he, every week, I imagine. So I hope he gets more game time. But yeah, I didn't know anything about Fredrickson, to be honest, before today, but he was quality. And like you say, he's 20 years old, so I think you've alluded to this before, you know, if you're 20 years old and you're not in or around the first team, then your time's up, really, isn't it? So you've kind of got to be getting in there. And it's you imagine for players like this, it's quite difficult, you know, when you've got like Kobe Mainoo and Garnacho and, you know, they're your age and they're in the first team week in, week out, and they have been for over a year. You're probably thinking, when is my time going to come? So I'm really pleased for him. Yeah, it was good.
Is it more disappointing that we brought all the big guns on and kind of got a little bit worse and conceded when they came on the pitch, though?
Yeah, what is actually wrong with Mount? Can I just ask that question? Because he was defending fantastically in the wrong box. And then Bruno had that shot as well that he just put out. I don't know what's wrong with him, but sometimes this is why I think these players need to start the game and not just be used in that way. You know, like, give Mount his 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes or something like that.
That's it there. We just can't seem to score at Old Trafford. That's the thing. In terms of
what it's like to score a goal at Old Trafford.
Yeah, in terms of the biggest issue, we've been debating goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, wing back. Was it obvious today where the biggest investment needs to go this summer? And what do you reckon to Cunha, who's been linked with us today?
Well, do you know what? I do think striker is the definite number one. I think we need 2 strikers probably before we need anything else. But I'm still adamant that we need a goalkeeper next. I thought Cunha was good. I don't think he didn't shine for me or anything like that, but I do know he is a good player. He did 1 or 2 nice things, but I don't think Wolves played great anyway, to be honest. So I don't think there's a lot you can really take from today on that.
No. And overall, you said Harry Mass player of the match today. Can you see him actually featuring more with Dorgu being there? Are you worried that this is, like you just said, this flash in the pan? These players are playing for Manchester United to possibly sell them on in the summer now.
Yeah, yes and no. I think if Harry Mass has more performances like that, then I think that it says it for itself. But my worry is sometimes when you watch these players come through, you think, yeah, they're good, but are they good enough to take us to that next stage? And that's what I'm not sure about. But even like Dorgu, I mean, it doesn't look amazing, does he? But you know, you got to give him time and see how he adapts. So yeah, I hope so.
I think that was very fair. Thank you, Kaz.
Thank you.